Members of Parliament on the National Economic Committee have approved of the works at the Katosi water treatment plant in Mukono district. The MPs were in the area to assess the ongoing works. The 81.9 million euros plant is taking advantage of the reservoirs at Nsumba and Sonde Hills, as well as the booster pumps at Namugongo and Naguru.
But looking at the work that has been done, I think we are pleased. And if all projects were doing like this, then actually we would realize something out of what we always borrow as a country.
But basically you would say, compared to other programs we've seen like Lubowa and this one is quite commendable. There is something you can see, and the water is a basic necessity in life.
However, the committee members highlighted the fact that there is still a challenge of distribution and the high cost of treatment.
They have done the construction of the pump house, the treatment plant, but of course now the aspect of distribution still remains a challenge that we know that in future they will come to the committee to request for money.
So there should be community contribution by National Water if we are to reduce the cost of treatment. Because if people in Kampala have waterborne toilets, they have latrines, but in the islands they are going in open fields, which means that when it rains, everything is taken into the water. So it will increase the cost of treatment here. So one or the other, to reduce the cost of treatment here, is not just to bring in more chlorine and whatever. It is to help those people maybe have community toilets at the learning sites so that they don't go into open fields.
Engineer Johnson Amayo, the Deputy Managing Director in charge of technical services, says they have a request for another 45 million euros to complete the establishment of water distribution lines.
It's really to see that the committee can help us to make sure that the downstream infrastructure is implemented. For now, we have around 60 million euro. We are about to tender out the works. We have already shortlisted, we're in the process of shortlisting the contractors. And that is going to help us to build another big tank on the top of Kananya Hill.
As of now, we don't want to say that National Water has put in a request or the Minister of Finance has put in a request to the committee to finance further projects in National Water.
Engineer Amayo says there are plans to increase reliable access to areas facing shortages in water supply soon.
But the National Water has taken a deliberate step to fund that component, and we will very soon be able to start working to evacuate water in a bulk from Gaba to take to Lubowa, those areas between Intebe, which currently are experiencing supply constraint, and we are committed to address that area.
The Katosi water project was initially supposed to be completed by 2020, but is yet to be commissioned due to setbacks caused by the COVID-19 pandemic and financial constraints. Raymond Tamale, NTV.